The function is clear that we have told that implicit function. So this function is implicit function. Now, how I will do it? Derivative, when we say d dx, so the function x squared plus y cubed minus 2y equals derivative of 3. Now, before starting solution, I want you to keep in your mind y prime means d dxy, or y prime means dy dx. Keep this in your mind, okay? Don't forget this. And keep this in your mind also, u to the power of n derivative by using chain rule, n times u to the power of n minus 1 times, here be careful, d dx u, d dx u. Whenever I have x squared derivative, it means that 2 times x to the power of 2 minus 1 times d dx, the base, which is x, and 2 times x times dx dx. Dx dx means 1, so result is only 2x. So if I have y squared derivative, be careful now, this is what question mark, let's say, this is 2 times y to the power of 2 minus 1 times d dxy. So 2 times y times dy dx. So what is dy dx? Dy dx is y prime. So this is equal to then 2y prime. Any question, especially for this? Do we have any question, especially for this? Do you have any question?
No.
No. Now let's
No,
continue.
sir. Thank you.
Okay, let's continue now. When we have addition or subtraction, separately we got the differentiation. It means that d dx, step by step I am explaining. So d dx number 3, so derivative of any constant, you know, it's directly 0. So I don't want to repeat it again and again. It's directly 0. Now, by using the chain rule, this will be 2, which is power, times the base, the power is decreased by 1, and d dx, the base, which is base is now here x, plus power, base is decreased by 1, times d dx. Right now, what is the base here? Is the base is y? Yes, no?
Yes.
So I should write y. I have written xy, the base was here x, so base was here x, base. Here base. Okay? Now, 2 is constant number but multiply, so I can take it out. What is left then? D dxy is equal to 0. Right now, 2 times x. Now, derivative of x with respect to x, which means dx dx. So if numerator and denominator same thing, it's logically we can say that 1 plus dy dx, I will write later, dy dx. Now, let's have a look. Now, 2 times x times 1, which is only 2x. Actually, dear ladies, I can do this in my mind also directly. Derivative of x squared with respect to x is 2x. I can pass all this step, but I'm explaining to you. Now, plus dy dx as a default definition, we should memorize this. The meaning, dy dx is y prime. So what I have done, 3 times y squared times y prime. 3y squared y prime. Any question? Any question for this part?
No, thank you.
Now dy dx, as I told you, y prime. So 2 times y prime, negative 2y prime equals 0. Now, my aim is to calculate the derivative. Derivative means dy dx. It means y prime. So I need only y prime. So how can I get only y prime? Y prime I have here. Y prime I have here. Like a factorization. Can I take y prime common parenthesis? Yes. How? 3 times y squared minus 2 plus 2x is equal to 0. Check this one, please. Do you have any question or not?
No, it's okay.
And then only y prime is equal, be careful now, positive 2x. If it goes the other side, negative 2x divided by, since y prime multiplied by this quantity, if I divide both sides by this, it will be 3y squared minus 2, which is the how I have used the formula. Remember, negative fx and fy. Remember, what did I tell you? Derivative of x squared is 2x. This minus comes from the formula. Constant, 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 so directly 0. Fx means. Now fy, x squared is constant, so 0. Y cube derivative, 3y squared, that's it. And negative 2y, it's negative 2, that's it. This is like a practical rule, okay? So what I have explained to you here, it's the theoretical way. It's the right way, good way. This is just a formula, like to solve the test questions you can use, okay? Or even for the algebra calculus question, you can use this, but the theory is important. Why? When you have the second derivative, it is very difficult to use this formula. To use this, it's easy, but to use this is difficult. Okay? You can make a mistake by using formula when you find the second derivative, but by using the normal way, if you understood the way here, you will not make a mistake. So that's it. It was our aim how to find the derivative. So we find, later the question was find the equation of the tangent line, which is passing through 2 comma 1. So I just explained previous slide, so no need again. So the difficult part was finding the derivative. So we found the derivative by using the practical way and by using the classical way. Any question?
No, thank you.
Let's continue then. What we have in our slide, let us see. We did this. We did this. Now, new question. Excellent question, but it takes time. It's a little bit difficult. It takes time. So, uh, what can I say? Are you ready? Step by step, I will continue. Step by step. Better to put this to the whiteboard since it is very long. The solution is very long. It's not short. Y squared plus sine of y plus x squared equals 4. Now it says that find the find the value of y double prime at the given point. I mean, what is the question shortly? In oops, I couldn't write 1 minute. So in y double prime, what is negative 2 comma 0? What I understand from here, this is implicit. Why? Normally, the questions are like this. Normal question, normal function. Since there are two values, it means this function is implicit function. Directly, I can guess this. By the way, when I look at here, I cannot express in terms of x alone. So this is the implicit function, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now let me go to whiteboard. Let's find the derivative, and then this is easy. To implement this point is easy. Now let's find the derivative. No. How can I go there? Cannot click. Yeah, hello. Let me try one more time. So new share whiteboard. Yeah, it is here. Now, if you are ready, I want to start. But step by step, I will go. And what I want, whenever it is not clear, just stop me. Say, teacher, I didn't understand. Sir, I didn't understand. Step by step, okay? Now, let's go. The first step is this. The question is find the derivative. So derivative question means we do this. D dx, the given thing, I am just copying. Do you have anything to ask me till now? Just I have copy paste. Now, before starting, ladies, I just want to remind you, let's say recall that, recall. Sine of u derivative is u prime times cosine of u. We should know this, okay? Sine of u derivative, u prime times cosine of u. Any question for this? This is the formula, okay? Now, what will be the step by step? I am going again. D dx y squared plus d dx sine of y d dx x squared equals derivative of constant number, it's directly 0. And then derivative of y squared, chain rule, 2 times y to the power of 2 minus 1. D dx base. What is the base? Y. That's it. Plus sine of anything, sine of u derivative. What is that? U prime, which is y prime. Is it clear? Times cosine of y. That's clear or not for you? Just tell me yes, no.
Yes.
I think that's clear, right? You know u prime is actually the x u. If you wish, I can give like this. Maybe it is more clear for you. Times cosine of u. Which means here, instead of this, you can say dx u, which is dy dx. You can prefer also to write in this way. I am cleaning. I am also cleaning this part. So maybe since I have started this way, let me continue that way. So sine of y derivative will be d dx, what I have in the parentheses, times cosine of y, since it was the rule, again, sine of u derivative is, I couldn't write well, 1 minute. So sine of u derivative is u prime times cosine of u. Now, And then derivative of x squared, which is 2 times x to the power of 2 minus 1 times dx base. So base is x equals 0. And then, and then it's clear that 2 times y times dy dx, and then dy dx times cosine of y, and then 2x times dx dx equals 0. So one more step, if I go, it will be, it will be 2y y prime, y prime, dy dx is always y prime. When you see this, you will say y prime, and then plus y prime times cosine of y plus 2x times y prime equals 0. Now, this is the first derivative of the given equation. But my question says, find the second derivative. Oh my God, second derivative. So what is the second derivative? Second derivative is the derivative of the first derivative. I mean, so second derivative will be whatever I have here, I will take its derivative, I will take zero derivative. Is it clear? This is my,
Mr. Just a
yes.
question. We have dx over dx. Why we put it as y prime?
So it is wrong if I put y prime. It is wrong. Yeah, dx is 1. Thank you so much. It is not. Let me clean. You are right. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is just 2x. Okay. Now, this is now my first derivative. Derivative of the first derivative gives us the second derivative. So I should take the derivative of this. So I am writing again dx 2y prime dx y prime times cosine of y dx 2x equals dx 0. Now, it's so simple to see dx 0 is 0. And 2x derivative with respect to x, directly I can say 2. Or you may wish 2 times x to the power of 1 minus 1 times d dxx, which is 2 times 1 times dx dx. So 2 times 1 times 1, so which is 2. But no need, since this is in terms of x, and derivative is with respect to x, we know that 2x derivative is 2, 5x derivative 5, 10x derivative 10. We have studied this at the beginning of the chapter. Okay, now, here be careful. This is important. We have product of two different things. Do you remember the product of two different things like u times v? So we have product of two different things, u, v. I mean, what will be now? What will be now product of two things? Do you remember the rule? Derivative of the first one. So d dx 2y times second one itself. Am I right? U times v plus derivative of the second one, which is y prime, times the first one itself, which is u. Any question? U prime
No.
v, v prime u. U prime v, v prime u. Yes, question, let me take. Do you have?
I have no question.
Okay. Similarly, the second part here. U prime v, v prime u. So d dx y prime, this is the first function derivative, times second function itself, cosine y, plus, so let me clean this, plus second function derivative, which is d dx cosine of y times the first function itself, plus derivative of 2x's. Okay, let me go on. 2 times, since this is the scalar we can take out, it will be 1 times x to the power of 1 minus 1 times d dx x. But as I told you, knowing it is directly, you can say 2. This is equal to 0. Now, here, be careful. What will be 2y derivative? So 2 is constant. Take it out. So what is left? D dxy left. Do you know what is d dxy? Isn't it dy dx? So dy dx means, isn't it y prime? Yes, no? I mean, can I say 2 times y prime times y prime? Since this y prime is here.
Yes.
And then be careful, y prime derivative with respect to x. So y prime prime, isn't it y double prime as a definition? Y prime prime is y double prime, higher order derivatives. Is it okay? So this is now y double prime, just definition. Yes or no?
Yes.
Times 2y. Now y prime differentiated with respect to x. It means this is y prime prime, which is y double prime. Yes? Okay or not?
Okay, yeah.
Now cosine of y. Now plus d dx cosine of y. Now be careful. Normally, cosine of u derivative
Minus sign.
minus u prime
Sign.
sine of u. This was the definition. So cosine of y, u means here y. It means that negative u prime. It is negative u prime means y prime, negative y prime. That's it. Derivative of y is y prime. Finished. Times sine of u, which is sine of y. That's okay or not? Check it.
Yes.
Times y prime here I have, plus this is 1, this is 1, so just 2 is equal to 0. Alhamdulillah, let's say it is finished. 2y prime plus 2y double prime. So y double prime cosine of y and minus y prime times y prime times y prime times sine of y plus 2, 0. Now, if I organize this, you know that if you multiply a times a, what will be? It will be a squared. Like 5 times 5 is equal to 5 squared. So if I multiply y prime and y prime, what will be? It will be y prime squared. So I'm writing this will be equal to 2y prime squared, which is this case. I finished. 2y prime, I can't do anything. But what can I do? This y double prime and this y double prime are common. So if I take y double prime parenthesis, it will be 2y plus cosine of y. Check it please quickly, I am waiting. Y double prime common parenthesis, 2y and cosine of y. Yes, no?
Yes.
Minus y prime and y prime, it will be y prime square, like 5 times 5, 5 square, times sine of y plus 2 equals 0. So let me clean uh, this part since I need a place to solve it. Now, if I continue right now, y prime and y prime, these are common thing, right? Y prime square and y prime square, common thing. So I can take y prime square common parenthesis. It will be 2 and minus sine of y. No need again to use parentheses, just directly sine of y I can say. Sine of y. That's it. So I use this one and I use this one. What is left? Plus y double prime common parenthesis 2y plus cosine of y and minus, but minus was for this, so I have used plus 2. That's it. This is the now second derivative. And if you wish, you can express y double prime like this. Y double prime is equal to negative y prime square times 2 minus sine of y divided by, but before this, what you have positive 2. So 2 minus this 2, negative 2 actually. This positive 2 goes to the other side, negative 2. And then this directly goes and then divided by this coefficient, which is 2y plus cosine of y. So we express the y double prime alone. This is the final result. But the question was asking, if you remember, in double prime, what is the image of negative 2? 0. So here, when x is negative 2, when y is 0, what is the result? This is my question. Again, in double prime, negative 2, 0. X is negative 2, y is 0. So when I put it instead of x, negative 2, instead of y, 0, I will get the result. Sine of 0, for example, what is sine of 0? 0 is here, sine of 0 is 0, for example. So 0, 2 minus 0 is 2, so 2 times y prime of 2. Let me continue here. All, this is the thing what we got, right? Let us check that's okay or not. So 2y cosine y, check the denominator, 2y cosine y. Numerator, what it says, numerator, negative 2, which is here, okay? And then negative 2y prime squared, negative 2y prime squared. If you extend this, negative, it will be negative times 2y squared. It will be same. How can I say? I just organize it. It's just take the parentheses. Let's say this is our function. And then we have to put, instead of x, negative 2, instead of y, 0. So when we put it, finally, we are getting negative 4. Do not forget, sine of 0 is 0. Sine 0 is 0.